Yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live again at my channel. Remember, my name is Karebu Kazakumanja, and the channel name is also Karebu Kaza. So, at first, it was I named it Cafe Empire, but because of some technical reason, I changed it to Karebu Kazakumanja. That is the name of the channel we are right now. And if there is going to be some changes, then it might be in the future. But for now, it's Karebu Katakumanja. Uh, and we want to talk about power tactics that witches use to gain power and control over someone or something. That is today's topic. Last week, remember, we talked about uh, types of witchcraft that is being performed. So we talked about electrical witchcraft, which is lifelong witchcraft that uh, it has been determined by will, but for long period of time. And we also talked about the wink. We talked about different types of witchcraft. If you want to know more about those types, then just go on the uh, just go on the uh, just go just type uh, types of witchcraft. Then it's going to pop up on your dashboard. Then you are going to read one by one what what those types were and how we have explained them. So let's focus on today's topic now on the tools now they use to manipulate and control reality. The tools that witches use to control and manipulate reality. That is what we have now to focus on today. And I have an article. Of course, it was it has been powered by AI, artificial intelligence. It's what I have generated the article, but it's the most important article, and we are going to learn a lot from that article. So let me share with you guys as culture. You already know what we do. Let me share with you the article, and once I have shared with you, then we will read in details and explain what it is and how do they use, how does those tactics work. That is what we really need to focus on today. So let's dive deep into the article. Yeah, here is the article, and it says in various belief systems and folk tales, witches are said to use several methods to gain power and control, ranging from internal cultivation of energy to the use of external sources and tools. And it says internal cultivation and practices, witches often gain power and control through personal development practices and skills, building rather than powers. They are born with key methods included. So let's uh, look in details on what the article says. We are going to click where it shows show more. Let's continue. Yeah, that is the article internal cultivation and practices. So now you can see that it says on internal cultivation and practices. Remember, we are focusing on the tactics and tools which is used to gain power and control over something. Over, it might be you or someone. That is what we are focuses on. So the first is it says which is of taking power I have, and the key methods include meditation and visualization. You see, some of the powerful tactics are the use of meditation and the visualization. Wait, I want. Yeah, so let's focus now on the uh, tools themselves. What they are. Let's focus on the uh, one of the tactics. So the one is meditation and visualization. So it says concentrating the mind on a desired outcome. Creative visualization is considered a powerful way to focus and direct the energy. You see, once you look within, meditation is focusing with internal powers, focusing on it might be your shadow or it might be your psyche. I mean, inside your brain, inside your thoughts in your brain, or inside your shadow, inside your intuition. So once you're doing meditation, mindful meditation is about looking in your in your unconscious mind and making unconscious conscious, or apply reason to things that are in your understanding your shadow using reason and logic. And use once you are using visualization, then it means you are now diving into left hemispheric functions of your brain where there is intuitive and creativity, and the visualization skills helps you to visualization skills helps you to control what is around you. You see, the visuals, remember, once for you to create something visible, first you have to examine it within, use reason and use mathematics. Once you have used mathematics, then you can have that idea into practice. That is what meditation and visualization is all about. And always remember, it's done every witchcraft activity is done by will of the magician. If you want to magic, if you want to be a witch, then your will is what will determine the outcome of everything you are going to do, every performance. So another one is ritual practice. You see, repeated performance of rituals helps the practitioner internalize and draw upon power at will, between rhythms and shaping energy for specific acts. You see, energy shaped for specific acts. Remember, once the witchcraft is being done somewhere, there's a ritual, a same what is being done that people observe. So the observers are the what are the magician, depending on the type of the depending on the type of the ritual he's performing, he can even choose the observers to be participant of the ritual. You see, or the one who have gone for the witchcraft to be a participant. So that is what you really need to know about the rituals. And the intention and willpower. You see, every ritual, every witchcraft is done under the will of the performer. That is the most important thing that everyone needs to put in mind. So let's continue. Now we are on the intention and willpower. The ability to know, to will, to dare, and to keep silent are considered the four pillars of a witch's practice, emphasizing the importance of clear intention and challenge. Connection with nature. You see, drawing energy from natural elements like the sun, the moon, plants, and stones is a common. Now, on a connection with nature, remember, as we are diving deep into understanding what existence is, because witchcraft come to play because in the world there are a lot of rituals that are being done. So rituals being done, and because lack of sorry, I wanted to say, in the world, for witchcraft to come to place, it's because of there's lack of knowledge about what nature is, what existence is, and we are as gods, as everything. We explain that what exists is nothingness. And when we say nothingness, we refer to mind, which is combination of all positive values and all negative values. Once you add all positive values and all negative values, they cancel to zero. You see, so once they have canceled to zero, it means there is zero. We refer to zero as nothingness, which has every possible value. Nothingness meaning it has every possible value. It has everything in it. That's why we call nothingness. That's why we call to everything that exists, and the planets and the moon, the sun, the plants can emerge from what the source, this nothingness we talk about. Remember, I have been talking about this on this channel for some times, for so long. We always talk. In the future, we are also going to talk about how nothingness bring about existence. Because in the past we talked about, but the most form is Fourier transformation. That is uh, the what we will talk about witchcraft and what existence is. So everything to come to be, it means it came from nature. So witchcraft is mostly focused on will and the will of the magician. It's either to manipulate reality, to gain control on him, to gain power on himself, or he is performing it so that he can help someone involved mentally. Because remember, as a spiritual being, we involve psychological. So witchcraft also helps everyone to involve is involved in psychological health. It is involved in psychological well-being. Mental growth happens from within. All the visualization skills he might use, all the manipulative skills he might use, helps someone to involve. Remember when this witchcraft was more common when there was no education. When there was no education, the way we reason today that too. If someone you give him, if I have this webcam, if I give him this webcam, I expect him. If I give him this webcam, I expect him to receive one webcam. It's just as in our mind, because this webcam is visual, we judge it, and it's the same as mathematical principle. One equals two. If someone plus one, we can count. I have give him one webcam, and we can also count. I have give him a flash. Together, how many items I have? If I have, it means one plus two. You see, then we can calculate that I have given to a friend two things, two items, one flash and one webcam, which all two. That is what we exist. That's why we say nothingness contain all possible values, because all negative and all positive values adding together they cancel to zero, and which we call nothingness. So for you to know more about now math calculation, I think there are in the classes they talk about, or you can put it in a comment section so that uh, next time we can talk about it more. Another now is study and research, which has emphasized continuous learning about different tradition, correspondence, physical symbols of invisible forces, and historical context to enhance their understanding and abilities. You see, to such understanding and abilities, the they now is the come to it's the now the symbol for, because remember we have a lot of magicians, so everyone use his symbol for his identity. He he has as a tool to be identified out there. Remember, for you to have an identity that is or official, that identity that is authentic, and an identity that is uh, we can say what, an identity that to other people should not bring, for you to be known, the identity you have to project it should not bring a lot of question, a lot of indignation to others, or a lot of something that is not related to, something that is related to the information you share with them. No, going to be that. An identity, it should relate to what you say, what you talk about. What you, if it's a stream, your channel should also relate to the information you share on your channel with people. That is it, important. So let's continue on the uh, tools and powers used to gain control and power. Remember, all this are being done under money, under will. So the most thing after having this, because remember, this is all we have said are the information and the skills. All these we have shared here the information and the skill that the magician have. The information, internal cultivations and practices. So these are the skills and information that the magician have. After having these skills, now he can use his manipulative ideas. He can use his lies now to manipulate reality just to suit to him or herself, to match his needs, to match what he wants to achieve at the end of every activity, every performance. So let's continue internal sources and tools. On internal sources and tools, witches may also utilize external catastrophes or form connection to other entities to gain. They might form connection with others to gain abilities. So external sources now, the skills now not focusing on on inside, but surrounding. Now this is skill on focusing on the surrounding. So on the surrounding, these might be magical objects, tools such as wand, staffs, cherries, little knives, and count count drones help channels and focus magical energy. These tools are often concentrated and changed with the which is personal energy. Now it's now on the surrounding, what you want to, the will we have, or looking at the surrounding and the audience around what he has to do, what he has to put in place so that people can see and watch him. That is that is only objects and magical objects. It's looking at the surroundings and using all the manipulative ideas. Remember, if the magician is performing under people who are who are illiterate, people who doesn't know how to read and write, uh, the now visual hallucinations, delusions might come into play that will can benefit the magicians to win the activity that he is performing. But if uh, uh, if the magician is performing under people who are literate, then it means after examining the surroundings, his will should also marry to the level of the to the level of the education the magician is talking to, is performing to, so that his manipulative ideas should come to reality. Otherwise, if they are of high level, they might know his intention. They might know his will. In the end, the magic can not happen because the people can use one A to Z to interpret what he's doing. So others are potions and herbs. Creating and using potions made from various substances are believed to enhance physical and mental abilities, heal or bewitch others. So now these are uh, the herbs. Some herbs helps to heal people. Remember, even in medicine, where sources of medicine, the some medicine are also made from uh, plants, you see. But there are plants that have been research has been done and they have been proved to be true. That's why they are usually and they have been gone into production, and they became medicine, not the herbal drinks we see on the market. No, we are talking about the medicine that have been proved by World Health, and they are the medicine not you are going to find over the counter. They are the medicine you are going to find them in hospitals, and they have brand name and market name. And the other source of medicine are synthetic fibers. And the last source of medicine are from animals. So animals, we are not talking about uh, macro animals, that is microorganisms, but microorganisms. And these animals, most sources of where sources the animals mostly are antibiotics. You see, like penicillin is an organism. Penicillium is an organism, and we find a drug called penicillin, which acts on it. Uh, 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 which helps in antibody antigen reaction for healing. So some of these helps, remember where as in, humanity as involving mind, when a lot of people didn't have access to to hospital, they know some of the plants that helps to heal certain diseases, certain symptoms. Once the symptoms arises, people in the society, in villages, they know straight like this symptoms are treated by so type of plant, so type all of this, and they believe in a lot of things that, and this form of symptoms are believed to say that this person has been bewitched by this type, has been faced with or this type of ghost whatsoever. It's about ghost stories, and to truly know reality, you have to first know what truly exists. Because once there is a story about someone being rich, even in hospital, doctors cannot talk about all the doctor knows is the medicines and where they work, and they look at the body as an avatar that once these symptoms are presenting, they know that then certain organ is not performing, and they examine the organ. Once the organ is in good condition or is not in good condition, is when the drugs comes in to help the organ be healed. But to look into spirituality, because that is not the job of uh, the doctors, but they might help you in prayers, in uh, counseling on what you have to do to help yourself cope with what you are facing. Once you present something that is not of that is not part of medication, that is not part of many that involves about medicine, that involves hospital something. So they might help you in your worship, in prayers, but always meet the doctors is the only way. Once you are not feeling well, once you know that your health is not in good condition, meet the doctors. You are going to be given the best medicine. Even once you meet the magician, when they know that this is symptoms, the symptom you're presenting, the disease you're presenting, they cannot manage to handle it. They they tell you you have to go to you have to go to the hospital and meet the doctors so that you might be helped properly. So the other is pacts and duties. Some traditions involves forming pacts with supernatural beings. details and demos to be granted specific power or guidance. Astro magic. In some traditional magical abilities are believed to be passed down through bloodline from ancestors. So you can see all these now are external sources that a magician can use or the witch can use that has surrounded him, or they have these external materials have surrounded the one they want to impeach something on, the one they want to bewitch. So they might use his surroundings to manipulate reality so that everything that he sees when he's out should be of he should be something, he should say magic happening, because he is not using reason on what is he's not using reason on what is happening around him or her. That is the thing you want to be. Someone need to be convinced. So always know that witches are clever. You don't need to play with them. They have powers. The magic they use, if you don't truly understand the existence, you might even meet the sorcerer. Because every witch, it is also said that, and it's true that every witch have his most high, and the most high of everyone, there is rank that everyone know his limits. So if you are playing with them, then you might end up meeting the sorcerer. So the sorcerer, you can be really in big trouble if you are not respecting them. The sorcerer has all the powers to destroy you unless you are Jesus, because they also fear Jesus. Witches also fear Jesus. Unless you are Jesus, you can pass. But remember, once you are Jesus, you carry the cross. So the sorcerer always do use his power or his manipulative tactics to deal with you. But if you are Jesus, you have to carry the cross, stand for what you want to see or people to see at the end of the day. That is the most important thing. But or one thing also you have to know that is that you cannot defeat the sorcerer. Because once the sorcerer is gone, it means that every witch out there is gone, every magician out there is gone, which is logical and possible. Magic will always be happening. Just think, if you can carry something, or you can carry your phone like this. I'm carrying the phone. You can end up the phone being you can if the phone has been the phone you were touching, you were moving, it has been thrown away from your hand like accidentally. Then on those activities is where magic happens. Magicians believe in those incidents where has been an accident. Magicians believe in those, and they manipulate reality so that their sorcerer should be safe and their will should always happen. They should get the things they need. They should get all the resources they need so that they boost either themselves or they boost the society, they grow the society. Remember, there are some societies out there. There's believe in God. Yes, people go to worship, but some powers, the ones who control the society, they might believe in witchcraft. So that is the most important thing you have to know also about the witchcraft. So the surroundings. Remember, we are giving this information to so that you might brainwash yourself. You might know the true fabric of existence. So that is that on astro magic. Some traditional magical abilities are believed to be passed down through bloodlines from ancestors. So if you remember, everyone come from family, and they always every family have a family tree from their ancestors. Not when we say ancestors, are the relatives who have died, who have gone away from your family. So the magic, a lot of magic is about to deal with your shadow. You are not unconscious. So it's something that for you to, because magic works as long as you have believed what the magician have worked. But if you are not believing it, then there is no magic to be happening. So on the other sisters, it means they can dive deep in your unconscious mind. So remember, Kariong talks about the collective unconscious mind. The whole society, they might know the collective unconscious mind. They might know the collective unconscious of where you are coming from. So if the story has been shared and everyone have believed it, it might mean the the magic has worked and you have breathed it, then everyone is talking about it. Then for you to breathe, it's hard. Then you accept the majority because at the end of the day, majority lose. But if you stand for it as Jesus, then you might conquer them. But you don't need to. You might conquer the evil spirit. You have to use your reason. You have to know that your mind, your brain is the eye that reason. But if you are not using reason, then you might ending up of fighting. Fight. You might end up fighting. So you cannot fight with the witches because the end result is now poison. That is most feared is about poisoning and killing. But if your ideas, you focus on your idea, you focus on your reason, then you might even focus on where these negative forces, where all these negative words are coming from. You see, once you know where all those are, where they are coming from, then you might end up even enlightening the one who believed that you have been bewitched, because it's all about information that people like. It might be the information you have that you need to share with them. That is that about it. External forces, about the environment, about the surrounding, they can use to manipulate against you or against themselves. Let's continue. And now we are talking. Now the last part is dive deeper in AI mode. Now let's talk about control over others. Yeah, control over others in folklore and some beliefs. Wait. Mhm. Control over others in folklore and some beliefs systems, witches are described as using their power to manipulate and control people or situations. You see, so that is the thing I have explained the way on how they can use to control people and situations. So once people have been manipulated, situations have been controlled, each now gain power over it. And he is the only one people listens to. And because he's the one people, the time now, the if he have is the advanced now, he can use it even it to grab resources from the people who have been controlled, take resources from them using his tech, the thing they depend on to boost himself, to less, to maybe to gain power. Remember, power, money or is also power. To gain money, power, to gain more power and more money. That is that what happened. So there are spells and cases, witches harness magic to cast spells, which can be in the form of cards, gestures, or through the designed to influence outcome, mind, or bodies. Mind, which can reportedly manipulate team, emotion, thoughts, and energy levels, causing practices, fear, or physical elements to control things like gathering the silent treatment or playing mind games are sometimes described metaphorically as witchcraft due to their control over control nature. That is it. That about it, witchcraft. So remember, once every level of every level magician you meet, he lift you to the highest rank, and you have met the sorcerer. Even the sorcerer is not also able to do it, to explain what is really happening with you. Know that now the sorcerer can lift you to the devil. You see. Remember, these are the internal octaves that are inside everyone. We have God, and God is about it, togetherness. You see, togetherness, uh, love. That is all about God. Love, and that's why we go to church. We worship. We, there is now the octave of the devil, which is the opposer of God. So with the devil, now it's about with the force of action, the force of distraction. You see, all this inside it, because we are in the end, we are the humans pray to. Even also the devil in his the society might worship the devil. You see, and the devil might have all the necessary power that the devil have, we might not know that. So who is the devil? I have explained it clear on this channel almost every day. We talk about it. So you have to know these realities about existence. It's very, very important. Yeah, that is that for today's guys. If you want to know more about uh, witchcraft, uh, we will continue talking about, because as we are evolving, as we are growing, as we are learning, we are still going to tackle into certain aspects of life that people don't yet think exist, don't yet think have. That's why we want people to realize, awaken to the truth of who they are. You see. Just to think on an example I give. If this phone just uh, thrown accidentally fall back, if this phone just accidentally fall back, that is the key. The witch might use it. That is something, and his tactics, you can even believe it, and it can really work that, to know that it was the devil that have made that phone to throw, to accidentally throw. It might be the phone you love. It might be something you dare. It's something you take care of. Just went missing. The witch can they knew that the devil has done it. So he can use his tactics to help you either know what is really has happened, or he can use now the tactics. Remember, it's all about the manipulating you so that he has the power over you and he can get the things he need from you. Yeah, that is that for today, guys. Bye. So if you have any question, I hope I have explained well about witchcraft, about the powerful tactics to gain control over people. If you still have any question, put it in a comment section. We can talk about it. Or if you have heard about something that you don't understand about witchcraft in your society, share. Put it in the comment section. We can help we together we can apply reason and logic and know the truth behind it on what really happened. That is the point. Because we talk about existence here. Yeah. Bye for today. See you in another stream. Always don't forget to ask a question when you don't understand. Listen and understand clearly of what is happening inside or outside others. Even in which they might even say sorry when they have done wrong. They might even say sorry when they know that this is the magic they want to cast is going low, and it might even go against their adversary, against the sorcerer. He might even say sorry to you that. And once the witch have said sorry, you remember it means he feared you. They started believing that you know something bigger than what they know. So they also dive deeper. They also meet. They also fight to even to the point of looking meeting the devil so that they should defeat you in everything they do, in everything they say, because they don't want to lose power. Remember, identity of I is important. So once you have an I, you identify yourself that you are the one, you are you. That is the important thing that helps everyone to be known in the society. Once you like the identity of self, then it scales for you to live with other people, for other people to even to respect you. Yeah, that is that for today, guys. Bye.